as introduction are considered, we hope that we are from either Comsa University at a campus or Comsa University Virtual Campus or Comsa University Air Aviation Campus, Camera. Okay? And some of you might be from outside of those two organizations as well. So, welcome from our side. My name is Mahmood Ahmed. I am the current GDSC lead from Comsa University at a campus. Along with me, I have my fellow host Khushi Muhammad from Air University and Mustaf Shira from Virtual University as well. And we're very happy to welcome all of you over here. Yeah, Khushi, anything more to say?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। ओके, कुछ देर में हमें ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं, 2 से 3 मिनट में हमें तो फिर स्टार्ट करते हैं, ठीक है?
Assalamu alaikum, guys. I'm here.
ओके ओके, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। महमूद, हमारे स्पीकर आ गए हैं तो काइंडली स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं आप।
All right, great. Yeah, great. Okay, now we have our speaker over here, Haris. And Haris is an amazing person. He is a highly passionate about community building and tech. He's a student from Fast University, graduate, serving as a CTO and many other things as well. And he'll be here conducting our amazing workshop. So without further ado, I'll ask Haris to do the honors. Haris, could you please kindly continue with the workshop? Thank you. Thank you so much for the intro and welcoming me to Manzoor. So I'll start sharing my screen. Just let me know if my screen is visible. Khushi, can you confirm if my screen is visible right now?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, visible. All right. So first of all, regarding this topic, in this session, we will basically cover basic GitHub and Git trainings, and I'll walk you around some of the concepts behind the GitHub revolution and some of the concepts behind the open source working. Like how does it operate and what benefit do you get from the open source contribution? And then at the end of our workshop, we'll have a small activity just that will cover like your basic or your first contribution to the open source. Ismail, first of all, I'll start with some of a brief introduction. I'm actually from Fastest. I graduated in 2022. I'm a GitHub Campus Expert and I founded Codeaza Technologies. All right. First of all, starting out with what is open source. I would like to first ask if anyone here in the session does have any idea regarding the open source and would like to explain it a little. Please raise your hands. Yes, Novel, please.
Thank you very much. Open source, basically open source होता क्या? Open source is like हम refer कर सकते हैं किसी software को that is available publicly and can be accessed by anyone. Basically, it is publicly available.
Yes, Idrisha, would you like to please?
I would like to add कि इसका source code भी publicly available होता है, so अगर इसमें कोई amendments किसी को करने होते हैं तो they are free to do that.
Well, yes, thank you so much for this explanation. It sums up very well. So basically, open source में there are two things. First of all, इसका source code open होता है. Yes, you're right. And secondly, it is mostly available for all to use. Sometimes it is free to use, and sometimes it's not free to use basically. तो open source में what the process is कि जब किसी भी चीज़ का source code open होता है and the company is like declaring themselves as open source. तो इसका मतलब ये है कि you are open to contribute to their source code. You are open to make amendments to that. And sometimes they allow you to use the software like at your own. मतलब अगर आपको एक open source software मिलता है, उसमें you can make the changes accordingly to your need और उसको आप उसके accordingly ही use कर सकते हो. There is a slight difference between open source, open access, and free. Not all open source softwares are free, and not all open source softwares are open access as well. इसकी मैं एक छोटी सी example देता हूँ. For example, we have like some things are open access but they are not free. For example, हम लोग Netflix use करते हैं. It is open access, right? कि कोई भी जाके इसको access कर सकता है, but it is a premium service. Some things are open source and open access and free as well. For example, VLC media player. It is open source, anyone can access it, and it is free to use as well. जो बहुत बड़ी एग्जाम्पल एक ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर की वी यूज इन आवर डेली लाइफ इज लिनक्स. ठीक है, जो आपका एंड्रॉइड फोन आप यूज करते हैं, दैट इज ओपन सोर्स एज वेल. एंड्रॉइड का सोर्स कोड जो है वो पब्लिकली अवेलेबल है, and you can directly go and make changes to that, contribute to their service, and you can suggest or improve their existing functionalities. You can add any new module to their code as well. Then moving forward, first of all, I'll explain कि open source में what do you get by contributing to open source. Like, all right, हमें ये चीज समझ आ गई कि open source का एक जो code है वो free पड़ा हुआ है. You can get to contribute it, you can get to use it. लेकिन इसका फायदा आपको क्या होगा कि अगर आप open source में contribute कर भी रहे हैं, what do you get it for yourself? First thing first, कुछ programs open होते हैं for the open source contributors, जिसमें जो सबसे बड़ा नाम है वो Google Summer of Code का है. It happens in every June or July, मतलब जो भी summers है, और ये Google officially इसको announce करता है. What you have to do is you have to enroll in the Google Summer of Code program. You have to be a student. ठीक है, आप Google पे directly, like it's kind of an internship program, summer internship program, जिसमें Google आपको sponsor करवाता है. Google pays you a very good stipend at the end of those 3 months internship program. And then when you are connected to some company, and when you are connected to Google Summer of Code, what you get at the end is an experience certificate, and that experience certificate is really, really valuable. Just imagine कि आपने Google में internship की हुई है, ठीक है, and when you are like graduated, and you mention that on your resume कि अच्छा ठीक है मैंने Google Summer of Code attend किया है, मैं officially Google में internship करके आया हुआ हूँ, तो it would be very valuable for your experience. It would be very valuable for for getting into a job as well, and most probably जितने भी Google Summer of Codes के participants होते हैं वो अक्सर बहुत बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज में, जो फैन कंपनीज है, Google है, Apple है, Microsoft है, ठीक है, वो इनमें जॉब्स भी बहुत इजीली सिक्योर कर लेते हैं, because they already have an experience of working with the Googlers, and they already have an experience of working with this community, the tech community, global tech community. So they have no issue securing any job over there. Secondly, Hacktoberfest, this is a very good opportunity right now. It's already in October. ये चैलेंज बेसिकली हर साल अक्टूबर में आता है. इसमें what you have to do is you have to make contributions to any open source repository available on GitHub या GitKraken. ठीक है, जो भी उसको जिन्होंने खुद को Hacktoberfest repo declare किया हुआ है, you have to make a contribution to them and you get recognized. ठीक है, आपकी जो pull request है, जो मैं end पे explain भी करूँगा कि how does a pull request work, or how do you contribute to basically the open source world. तो इसमें when you contribute to themselves, they recognize you कि अच्छा ठीक है, this person has successfully completed the Hacktoberfest challenge, and उसके बदले में आपको एक सर्टिफिकेशन मिल जाती है, एक आपको बैज मिल जाता है, you get few exciting swags as well, एक टी-शर्ट आती है, कुछ स्टिकर्स आते हैं, and then a few resources of cloud computing, और इस तरह के 2 और resources भी आपको मिलते हैं. तो इसका तरीका Hacktoberfest का बिल्कुल सिंपल होता है. You go to the Hacktoberfest official, जो भी उनकी वेबसाइट वगैरह है, उसमें हर साल ये लोग कुछ अमेंडमेंट्स करते हैं, कुछ चेंजेस करते हैं इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट्स में, लेकिन the simplest way is कि you have to find a GitHub repo with Hacktoberfest challenge mentioned over there, और उसमें आपने एक pull request, मतलब उनमें कुछ contribution करके आपको एक pull request generate करनी होती है, and when you get your 4 or 5 pull requests completed, then you officially complete the Hacktoberfest challenge. And the third thing is GulfScript Summer of Code. This is exactly similar to Google Summer of Code. It has a very good recognition as well. This is mostly for girls, but there are several male community as well, जो कि GulfScript Summer of Code को pass out करती है और जो इसमें directly जाती भी है. So these are the programs, major programs. छोटी मोटी चीजें हमेशा आती रहती हैं open source में, लेकिन these are some of the great programs जो कि आप open source contributor के तौर पे avail कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, some more opportunities on the open source world. ठीक है, आपने ये 3 programs देख ली, और भी programs होंगे, लेकिन what is the basic opportunity that everyone can avail? इसमें सबसे अच्छा जो एक opportunity है वो आपके experience की आती है. ये मीम बहुत सारे लोगों ने देखी होगी कि एक entry level job opening है, ठीक है, उसमें 5 years एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए, लेकिन you still have to be entry level, मतलब आपने अभी भी ग्रेजुएट किया and you need 5 years of experience, right? तो इसमें what you have as an open source contributor is कि when you are working in open source, you are getting experience side by side. ठीक है, आप around the globe काम करते हो, ठीक है, when you are working, like for example, you have contributed to VLC Media Player, you have contributed to Android, Linux and companies like this. Even Google की बहुत सारी जो है वो Google Cloud की services जो है वो open source है, ठीक है. When you're contributing to them and when your contribution is recognized, or like the developers and engineers around the globe help you contribute to them or review your code or review your contributions to their code. So this helps in building up your experience, ठीक है. जब आप एक छोटे सर्कल में बैठ के काम करते हो, ठीक है, तो the people around you they help you grow. When your circle is bigger, when you're working around the globe, तो of course competition बड़ा मिलता है, ठीक है, आपको mentors बड़े मिलते हैं, आपको guidelines बड़ी मिलती हैं, and then the challenge is bigger itself. Unless कि आपने उस लेवल की कोडिंग नहीं की या उस लेवल की कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं की, तब तक you don't get recognized. And once you are recognized, it means कि you are on that level to work with those software engineers as well, जो Google में काम करते हैं, जो Microsoft में काम करते हैं. And then there are some of the benefits you get while contributing to open source. सबसे पहले तो ये कि like I've been working in the industry for the past 3 to 4 years. इसमें जो mostly when we are hiring someone or when we are training someone, जो major चीज़ एक सामने आती है when you are like when someone graduated freshly जिसका कोई experience नहीं है, वो industry में jump in करता है, एक बहुत बड़ी चीज़ जो आती है कि एक तो skills तो चलो बंदा polish कर लेता है, ठीक है, basic programming skills, you know data structures, you know databases, and like some of the graduates have done web programming and these kind of stuff in their university. लेकिन जो major चीज़ है they are lacking is the professional practices, ठीक है. They don't know how to write a very good code, industry level code, ठीक है, और like they don't know best practices, जो कि बहुत सारे matter करते हैं when you are working in an industry, because your code is being followed by the other people that are like जो आपको replace करेंगे कल को. Secondly, तो when you are working in an open source world, जब आप दूसरों के कोड देखते हो, दूसरों के कोड पढ़ते हो, ठीक है, तो you get to know कि अच्छा ठीक है, this is how I was doing it and this is how he has done it, ठीक है. Someone, for example, the VLC media player, उनके developers ने किस तरह कोड किया हुआ है, how they have commented the code, how they have used the classes structure in the code, how they have implemented the data structures in their code. When you see them, ठीक है, you get to learn from them. When you're reviewing their code or reading their code, or even if you want to contribute to their code, you have to first understand their code, ठीक है. तो उसमें बहुत सारी चीजें आपको इस तरह की मिल जाती है when you're evaluating yourself कि this is how I was gonna do it and this is how they have done it. Even when you open a pull request to some repository, ठीक है, कुछ जो बाकी open source के contributors होते हैं, they review your code, they comment your code कि this is what you were missing out and this is how you should improve your code. This gets a recognition for both of you, ठीक है, उसको भी एक contribution का badge मिल जाता है. The one who reviews your code or the one who implements or like make changes to your contributed code, he gets to know a recognition, you get to know you get to have a recognition, because you both get benefit from this and learn from this. Secondly, it helps build online reputation. For example, if you have worked with Android, you have worked with Google Cloud, okay, when you contribute to their repositories, you get a badge at your GitHub profile. Okay, this person has worked with this company, this person has worked with this company, this person has worked with Google, with Microsoft, and for instance, अभी जो Microsoft ने चैट जीपीटी को एक्वायर किया, ओपन एआई, बहुत सारे ओपन एआई के मॉड्यूल्स भी जो है वो ओपन सोर्स पड़े हुए हैं. यू कैन कंट्रीब्यूट टू देमसेल्व्स एज वेल. So when you have a badge on your GitHub profile, whenever you share your profile to any recruiter, any HR, he gets to know that this person has done some work. And when you are contributing to open source, or even like keeping your projects onto your GitHub profile or onto an online profile of yourself, this is an open source contribution as well. So इसमें you get to have a lot of opportunities when you are sitting in front of an interviewer. ठीक है, आप जितना उसको आपकी रेज्यूमे में लिखा हुआ है या जितना आप उसको बता रहे हो, उसको सिर्फ उतना ही नजर आ रहा है. बट व्हेन यू शेयर योर GitHub repo as well, he gets to know कि अच्छा ठीक है यार, this person has worked with Python, this person has worked with like इसने Google Cloud में बहुत अच्छे काम किए हुए हैं. He has worked with Terraform. He has done a very good work in JavaScript and these technologies. ठीक है, तो वो आपकी एक resume को मजीद powerful बना लेते हैं when you are jumping onto a software engineering job. Last but not least, it helps improve your communication skills. ठीक है, उसमें when you are when you are working in any open source organization or when you are contributing to them, उनके बहुत सारे Discord channels, Slack channels, email newsletters वो उन्होंने openly रखे होते हैं. You can chat over there. You can have a conversation with the people who are already working with those organizations, and this helps you improve your communication, and this helps you improve your network as well. Like you now get to know someone at Google, you now get to know someone at Microsoft and someone at Google Cloud itself. Okay, so this would be really beneficial for your career ahead. Any questions so far? ChatGPT is an open source software. ठीक है, मतलब ChatGPT का जो कोड है माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ने इसको ओपन सोर्स करके रखा हुआ है. You can directly go and contribute to themselves. उसके कोड को आप improve कर सकते हैं. You get to know how their models are coded. उसको आप use भी कर सकते हैं. तो this is something really interesting to work on. Okay, I'll take the rest of the questions at the end, but yeah, just drop them or note them down into your notepad. अच्छा ठीक है, now we get to know what benefits do we get from the open source world. Now we would see how we can basically contribute to the open source. इसमें first thing first is you have to have a skill. ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आप कोई बहुत high level या आपको किसी skill में expert करना होगा. Like you get to learn by doing things, right? तो उसमें with a skill, I can simply mean a simple programming language. You can learn Python, C++, Java. ये इन सारों की जो है वो open source में जगह है अभी तक, right? लेकिन if you have learned like Android or you have learned web development, you have even for a non-technical person, if you are a UI UX developer, then you have some great opportunities waiting for you at the open source world. तो आपने सबसे पहले तो कोई भी skill सीखनी है. Even if you are not good at it, just go ahead and start looking at others' code, start contributing to themselves. ठीक है, अगर वो आपकी pull request को approve नहीं भी करते, अगर वो आपकी contribution को approve नहीं भी करते, you at least get to improve your code. You at least get to improve your skill. Secondly, you have to learn version control. वर्जन कंट्रोल पे आज मैं एक डिटेल्ड आपको एक पूरा उस पर वर्कशॉप करवा दूंगा कि हाउ वर्जन कंट्रोल वर्क्स and what is the most popular and the best version control software available for you. Then you have to find an organization. To find an organization, the best way is कि आप Google Summer of Code की website पे चले जाएं. There are a number of organizations available over there. For example, if I can just go over Google Summer of Code. There it is. This was the basically 2023 program, and if you can view the project list, तो यहाँ पे आपको सारे projects और सारी organizations मिल जाएंगी. Here are the organizations. इसमें you can filter out yourself as well. For example, if you have most of the people in university have worked with C++, so when you directly search C++, तो ये वो सारी organizations हैं जो कि basically C++ पे काम कर रही हैं. If you want to work with Python, interestingly, Python is an open source. It's an open source organization itself. Python is basically an interpreter. So if you have worked with Python, Django, this is a web development platform, or it's a technology stack. You can go and contribute to them as well. If I go in artificial intelligence or तो यहाँ पे आपको वो सारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस मिल जाएंगी जिसमें आप डायरेक्टली जाके जिनके सोर्स कोड ओपन पड़े हुए हैं, एंड यू कैन डायरेक्टली गो एंड कंट्रीब्यूट टू देयर एज वेल. यहाँ पे बहुत सारी आपको इस तरह की भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस मिलेंगी विच यू हैव यूज्ड एज वेल इन योर डेली लाइफ. फॉर एग्जांपल वीएलसी मीडिया प्लेयर, दिस इज ओपन सोर्स. यहाँ पे इनके आइडियाज भी गिवन होते हैं, इनका कोड सोर्स भी दिया होता है, इनकी कंट्रीब्यूटर गाइडेंस भी दी होती है कि इस तरह यू कैन लाइक डायरेक्टली कंट्रीब्यूट टू देयर existing code base. So this is how you will find an organization to work on. ठीक है, बहुत सारी हैं, इनको explore करें. इनको देखें कि which tech stack are they using in, और जो simplest एक बहुत minimal सी contribution होती है to the open source is fixing their, like मेरी पहली contribution थी कि मैंने उनके जो readme और documentation थी उनमें grammatical errors fix किए थे. Simple thing, उठाओ Grammarly में डालो, वो errors fix कर देता है, वापस जाओ उनके pull request read कर दो कि I have fixed some of the grammatical errors in your documentation, और the other way around is कि अगर किसी organization की या किसी project की documentation नहीं हुई उसको simply उठाओ, code को understand करो, study करो कि how this thing works, and like give them a documentation कि I have done a documentation for your code. That when you have found an organization, when you have found something interesting and related to the skill set that you have, the next thing is find a bug or find a feature. ठीक है, for example, if you are using Android and you see कि अच्छा ठीक है यार Android में ये चीज़ एक missing है, I can work on this as well, ठीक है, या ये चीज़ Android में होनी चाहिए लाजमी. Go to their GitHub repo, generate an issue over there. When you go to any GitHub repo, you will see a bar of issues on the top. For example, if I go, ये कोई free programming books की एक open source वो पड़ी हुई है, इसमें these are the issues, right? So when you create an issue, that's an open source contribution itself. You have found a bug or you have found a new feature which you think can be a part of this repo or this code base. You just simply create a new issue and you get an open source. मतलब उसका title दे दो और उसके यहाँ पे description में mention कर दो, you get a contribution. Yeah, and the last thing is fix and ask. इसका simple तरीका ये होता है कि first of all you open an issue and then you fix their changes or you implement their changes and then you open a pull request. I will go in the pull request and these issues in detail in the end. Right. So we have learned like how does open source world और इसमें क्या क्या steps हैं enter करने के. Then now we are jumping over to the GitHub. GitHub is basically stands for Git and Hub. ठीक है, Git is a separate and individual version control system. ठीक है, version control system को मैं explain भी कर दूंगा, लेकिन Git is a version control system. Git is a separate entity, and GitHub is a separate entity. GitHub is basically where you host your Git repositories. For example, आपका एक कोड था या for example Git is something कि अच्छा ठीक है आपने एक सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलप कर दिया and then GitHub is some for example GitHub is a YouTube for your code bases. ठीक है, आप एक वीडियो बनाते हो, आप उसको YouTube पे अपलोड करते हो. Similarly, you create a code, you create a project. Even if it's a no-code solution, you create a project, you create a Git repository, and then you post it to the GitHub. GitHub is basically a hosting service for all of your repositories. Right. So how do you make a contribution to GitHub? First of all, is finding a project. As I explained earlier, कि आपने कोई भी project find करना है, let's find one for ourselves. यहाँ पे जाके अभी Hacktoberfest का वो session चल रहा है. You search for Hacktoberfest over GitHub. GitHub में sign up करना बहुत easy है. Just as you sign up for your social media accounts, it's a similar thing. You just go, give your email, and you get signed up at GitHub. You search for Hacktoberfest. There are around 132,000 repositories जो कि इस साल open source को host कर रही हैं. For example, if I open up this one, right, this is a GitHub repo. You search their code, you get to know their code. Even यहाँ पे मैंने अभी जो पहले खोली हुई थी, free programming books. It's open source contribution as well. Yeah. This repo basically they have all the books, courses, documentations available for you to learn and contribute to. For example, if you have designed a course or you have designed a book yourself, आपने कोई book लिखी है या you find कि यहाँ पे अच्छा कोई book यहाँ पे missing है, ठीक है, you directly get to contribute to this repository. तो इसका आसान हल ये होता है कि you find a project, you fork it. ठीक है, fork करने से ये होता है कि कोई भी repo अगर किसी और के GitHub पे पड़ी हुई है, when you are forking that, so it gets a shortcut on your account as well. Here is the option to fork. इसमें मैं fork और clone में बहुत difference एक दफ़ा बता दूंगा इन पे. And then you code and commit. ठीक है, when you are forked it, ये मैं practical करके भी दिखा दूंगा. When you are forked it, you basically contribute to that repo और उसमें फिर आप pull request open करते हो. Pull request is something के अच्छा ठीक है मैंने contribution कर दी. I want to merge it to your repository. Here are all the pull requests that have been opened by other developers. ठीक है, यहाँ पे किसी ने नेपाली कास्ट उसमें ऐड किया है, उसकी repository open कर दी है, and this has done 17 minutes ago with by this user. ठीक है, or they like the developers of this repo or the owner of this repo will review your work कि अच्छा ठीक है इस बंदे ने ये काम किया है, and then he or she will be able to merge or like comment out your pull request कि ये चीजें आप मजीद इसमें improve कर सकते हैं, या if the owner likes your pull request, then you can like he or she directly merges the pull request. When the pull request is merged, it means that your contributions are already in the repo. If your pull request in any Google Cloud की किसी भी इसमें stack में अगर merge हो जाती है, तो it means you are now a Google developer. In simple words. All right, so let's start Gitting. Before getting to Git, I want to explain a basic concept of version control system, about how the version control system basically works. तो version control system इस तरह work करता है कि there is a major thing which we face during programming, या किसी भी चीज पे काम करते हैं हम लोग सोचते हैं. For example, if I just open a text editor, it should have been opened already. Yeah, here's the text file. ठीक है, मैं यहाँ पे टेक्स्ट फाइल में कुछ भी मैं ऐड करता हूँ, आई सेव इट, राइट. मैं इसको सेव करता हूँ, राइट. एंड व्हेन आई ऐड समथिंग एडिशनल टू इट, ठीक है, आई लॉस्ट कंट्रोल ऑफ व्हाट आई हैव डन बिफोर. वर्जन कंट्रोल सिस्टम डज एज वर्जन, जो भी आप कंट्रीब्यूशन करते हो किसी भी फाइल में या मल्टीपल फाइल्स में आप कोई चीज लिखते हो, इट रिकॉर्ड्स ऑल ऑफ योर चेंजेस. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल वो पहले बताएगा कि अच्छा ठीक है इस चेंज में आपने इस फाइल में ये चीज़ें ऐड की थी, फिर उसके बाद आपने दोबारा उसको चेंज किया, फिर आपने इस फाइल में ये चीज़ें ऐड की थी. इट गेट्स अ वर्जन फॉर ईच ऑफ योर फाइल एंड इट गेट्स अ रिकॉर्ड कि अच्छा ठीक है इस जो चेंज थी उसमें आपने ये फाइल्स में ये लाइन्स में चेंज किया था. इट्स अ सिंपल टेक्निक जो कि हम लोग नॉर्मली भी आप अक्सर यूनिवर्सिटी में हुआ इन द फर्स्ट और सेकंड सेमेस्टर ये लोग करते होंगे कि आप कोई भी असाइनमेंट पे काम कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, आपने एक असाइनमेंट किया, आपको लगता है अच्छा ठीक है इट्स वर्किंग नाउ. मैंने टोटल मेरे पास 5 क्वेश्चन थे, 2 और 3 ऑफ देम आर वर्किंग. बट यू डू इज कि आप उसको जिप करके रख लेते हो ताकि मेरा ये वाला कोड खराब ना हो, या अगर मैंने आगे जाके मेरा कुछ खराब हो भी गया तो मैं उसको वापस जो नया कोड है उसको डिलीट करूंगा, और जो मैंने लास्ट उसको जिप करके रखा हुआ था मैं उसको दोबारा ओपन करूंगा. दैट्स लाइक द मोस्ट वायबल वर्जन आई हैव. दिस इज हाउ वर्जन्स आर कंट्रोल्ड. ठीक है कि व्हेन यू कंट्रीब्यूट टू समथिंग you store it or your version control system does it for you. उसका सिंपल तरीका ये होता है कि you commit. ठीक है, when you do a commit is something के zipping करके zip करके उसको एक अलग फोल्डर में रखती है कि this is the most stable version I have. ठीक है, and when you do some other changes then आप उसको दोबारा commit करते हो तो it stores another version and you get back to any version in the history that you have. इसकी मैं एक छोटी सी एग्जांपल आपको दिखा भी देता हूँ. Where are my please? Public. Yeah, this is by the way the code base for legal GPT. So I simply open up one of my project. ठीक है, here are all of my versions that I have. ठीक है, सबसे पहले मैंने उसको init किया. ये सारे मेरे versions हैं जो मैंने change करके रखे हुए हैं. For example, I implement a new thing, I committed. ठीक है, ये मेरे सारे commits I can go back to any commit at any time. मैं simply यहाँ पे click करूँगा और इस commit से मतलब इस changes से पहले का जितना मेरा code था वो यहाँ पे मेरा show हो जाता है. If I go to this one, you can get to see कि मैंने जितने भी files में जो भी changes किए हैं, they are highlighted. The green ones show के ये file मैंने add की है. The red ones show के अच्छा ये line मैंने delete की है. And in this file as well, if there are like thousands and millions of files there in your code, so you get a record कि अच्छा ठीक है इस change में मैंने ये चीजें change की थी. Even if you get stuck at somewhere, या आपका कोड क्रैश कर गया या आपका कोड प्रोग्राम कर गया सॉरी आपका प्रोग्राम क्रैश कर गया, तो यू गेट टू गेट बैक एट द ओल्ड वर्जन इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, आप किसी भी पुराने वर्जन पे जाते हो जो कि आपको लगता है कि अच्छा ठीक है दिस इज द मोस्ट स्टेबल, इसमें ये क्रैशिंग वाला पार्ट नहीं होगा. यू गेट देयर, यू लाइक उस कोड को उठा लेते हो दोबारा, ठीक है, और वहीं से आप आगे अपना दोबारा काम शुरू करते हो. सो यू डोंट हैव टू बिल्ड इट फ्रॉम द स्क्रैच. दिस इज सिंपली लाइक इसकी एक सिंपल एग्जांपल मैं जो दे रहा हूँ वो गेमिंग एग्जांपल है. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू हैव like a game, Super Mario कह लो, we most of us have played that. उसमें एक सिंपल एक चीज ये है कि यू प्ले लेवल 1 you get to level 2, ठीक है? फिर आपने level 2 को पास किया, you get to level 3. For example, if your player dies at level 3, you have to get back to level 1, right? Just imagine you have completed 20 levels and then you have to get back at level 1. How difficult it is to complete that game. लेकिन उसकी बजाय अगर आप level 20 पे finish up हुए और your player dies at level 20 and you get back at level 19, ठीक है? This is a more easier way, right? कि आपको दोबारा से सारा काम नहीं करना पड़ा, आप उससे एक पिछले लेवल पे जाते हो and you can continue from there as well. Simple is the thing, and similar is the thing with the version control itself. You don't have to build anything from scratch. You have completed one thing, you save it as level 1. You completed another thing, you save it as level 2. This is how like a basic version control system is working. And then how Git works. Git is an like version control system which holds track of all of your levels and all of your changes that have been made to your code or that have been made to your project itself. तो इसका let's start with GitHub first. ठीक है कि GitHub में कैसे repository create करनी है. When you signed up, you would see a similar screen like this. And by the way, here are the organizations that you can see on your profile as well. Here are some of the badges that you can see कि अच्छा ठीक है. ये कोई contribution का badge मुझे मिला हुआ and you can get to your profile as well. ठीक है, when you are contributing to open source, here will be a list of organizations that you have worked to, and here will be a list of badges that you get when you are contributing to your open source, any open source repository. All right, so we'll start by creating a repository. Creating a new repository is simply as creating a new project. ठीक है, आप एक नया folder create कर लेते हो जैसे similar is creating a repository. Repository is basically named as a folder. ठीक है, जिसमें all your code base resides. We'll name it as by the name of this session. It's GitHub Hacktoberfest. The date is 25 October 2023. ठीक है, मैंने repository का और simply आप अगर इसे कहते तो मैंने folder का name रख दिया है. Keep it public. You can have private repositories as well जो किसी को भी publicly available नहीं होगी, which you can use for your own version control. मतलब आप किसी अपनी कंपनी के प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रहे हो और आप किसी भी प्राइवेट repo पे काम कर रहे हो जिसको आप ओपन सोर्स पे नहीं रखना चाहते, you would still be able to use all of your features of the version control system. So I'll create a repository. ये repository create होगी, ठीक है? What you have to do now is कि आपने इस repository को fork करना है, ठीक है? बल्कि share this link in the chat. और जो भी अगर if you guys already have a GitHub account, then go ahead and fork it, ठीक है? अच्छा, when you have forked, इसमें दो concepts आते हैं. One is fork and one is clone. ठीक है, clone is something कि जिसमें आप अपने ही अकाउंट से अपने किसी कंप्यूटर पे या किसी और सिस्टम पे इस रेपोजिटरी को कॉपी कर रहे हो. Fork is something कि आप किसी और की रेपो को अपने अकाउंट में कॉपी कर रहे हो. ठीक है, they both have a link together. For example, अगर मैंने मतलब मैंने डायरेक्टली GitHub पे काम नहीं करना, मैंने इसको अपने लोकल Visual Studio Code पे अपने लोकल कंप्यूटर पे काम करना है, तो I have this URL. I go to my terminal. I go to any folder. For example, I go to downloads. I say git clone, and this repository will be now like copied into my personal computer. I go to it. I open a Visual Studio Code. So this is the exact same repo. ठीक है, मैं यहाँ पे कोई changes करूँगा, उसका मैं commit करके push करूँगा, तो वो मेरी GitHub profile पे या जो भी आप like GitHub Git Kraken या जो भी आप use कर रहे हैं वो आपके वहाँ पे आ जाएगा. So this is like a linkage between two repositories. Yeah, this is a linkage between my local repository or local Git to a repository at GitHub. But this both belong to my same account. अगर मैं यहाँ पे कोई contribution करूँगा तो वो मेरे ही account पे contribution आएगी. Fork is something when you are contributing to someone else repository. ठीक है कि मैं किसी और की repo को fork करता हूँ, मैं उसमें changes करता हूँ, जो changes होंगी वो मेरे अपने ही account पे changes होंगी. ठीक है, मेरी अपनी GitHub profile पे changes होंगी. And then if I have to like merge or like ask the owner of that repo कि आप मेरी changes को review कर लें और आप उसमें merge कर लें, then I have to generate a pull request. Pull request is something जिसमें आप एक branch को ठीक है, या एक काइंड ऑफ कॉपी को दूसरी कॉपी के साथ कंपेयर करते हो कि दिस इज अ पुल रिक्वेस्ट, ठीक है, इसमें मैंने आपके इस ब्रांच में ये चेंजेस करके इस फीचर को इम्प्लीमेंट किया, तो काइंडली रिव्यू इट and kindly go ahead and merge it in your code if you are satisfied with the changes that I have made. So in this exercise, what you have to do, you already have the link of this repo, right? What you have to do is you have to first of all fork it in your local computer and then in your account, basically in your GitHub account, and then you have to add a new file. Well, instead I create a file over here. यहाँ पे मैं कर देता हूँ participants slash names or rs.txt. I have attended this workshop and I am making a contribution. Commit changes. Commit is simply means कि आपने उसको जो भी आपका वो एक पूरा जितनी भी फाइल्स में आपने चेंजेस किए हैं उसको आप एक लेवल के तौर पे सेव करें. दिस इज कमिटिंग एंड दिस कैन बी ऑफ मल्टीपल फाइल्स एज वेल. कि आपने मल्टीपल फाइल्स में चेंजेस किए, वन कमिट कैन होल्ड मल्टीपल फाइल्स. सो आई कमिट चेंजेस. So this is what you have to do. आपको इस repository को fork करना है. Fork करके what you have to do is you need to go to this participants and you create a new file. यहाँ से जाके आप add file करेंगे and you just have to create a file of your name over here. ठीक है, name लिख दो और साथ आज की date डाल दो, whatever the name you want to do. Then you go to pull request. When you are going to pull request, you generate a new pull request. ठीक है, न्यू पुल रिक्वेस्ट में आपने सिंपली ये करना है कि यहाँ पे आपके पास दो ऑप्शंस आ रहे होंगे. राइट नाउ आई हैव वन सिंस बोथ ऑफ दीज चेंजेस लाइक मैंने फॉर्क नहीं किया हुआ किसी और रेपो से. ठीक है, व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज कि आपने यहाँ पे इधर मेरी रेपो का नेम आ रहा होगा एंड इधर आपकी रेपो का नेम आ रहा होगा. यू हैव टू ओपन अप अ पुल रिक्वेस्ट and then I can see that pull request as well, and once I merge that pull request you like get your first contribution. So this was it regarding the pull request and regarding the contribution side. You can make, there are more concepts on GitHub and Git as well. इसमें कुछ बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस भी होती हैं. बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस आर के अच्छा ठीक है, व्हेन यू आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू समथिंग द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस इज कि आपने अगर किसी रेपो में कंट्रीब्यूट करना है तो यू फर्स्ट गो टू देयर इश्यूज. ठीक है, आप किसी भी फीचर का या किसी को मॉड्यूल का इशू ओपन करते हो, आप उसमें उस सारे प्रोसेस को एक्सप्लेन करते हो. For example, if I create a test issue here, I have planned the new feature. ठीक है, आप अपने फीचर की सारी डिटेल्स मेंशन करते हो, you submit a new issue, and when you contribute to that, ठीक है, आप यहाँ पे अपनी उसमें पुल रिक्वेस्ट नंबर भी मेंशन कर सकते हो. ठीक है, आपने अपनी पुल रिक्वेस्ट नंबर मेंशन कर दिया एंड देन when you are contributing to that, आप अपनी पुल रिक्वेस्ट उसको ओपन करते हो. पुल रिक्वेस्ट जब आप ओपन करते हो तो यहाँ पे बहुत सारे लेबल्स और माइलस्टोन्स भी आते हैं. ठीक है, लेबल्स इज समथिंग के लाइक जो उसका ऑनर होता है उसको पता चल जाए कि अच्छा ठीक है, इट वाज अ बग फिक्स, इट वाज अ न्यू फीचर फिक्स. So these are some of the best practices when you are contributing to any of the repositories available at any of the organization, and it is openly publicly available for contributions. So this is how you will make your first contribution, and then once you have done contributing to this repo that I have shared, just go ahead, search for this Hacktoberfest, search for your favorite skills जो भी आपको आती हैं, and start contributing to that. And I am sure that this would really help in your career. Okay, when you are getting experiences, you won't have to be like search for internships. You don't have to search for other opportunities in the industry. You can simply sit at your laptop and get experiences from the industry. So this is it from my side. There are a few more things if you want to proceed further with GitHub. That is कि अगर आपने पहले ही आपको ये सारी चीजें पता थी और आपने GitHub को use कर चुके हुए हैं, so there are some advanced concepts that you need to note them down if you don't already have used them. उसमें सबसे पहली चीज जो आती है वो GitHub Actions आती है. ठीक है, GitHub आपको allow करता है कुछ automations और कुछ simple tricks जो कि आप अपने डेली बेसिस में या जो आप अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में यूज कर सकते हो. The best or the simplest thing that you can explore first is CI/CD pipelines. I will write over here as well. CI/CD pipelines. Right, this is CI/CD basically stands for continuous integration and continuous deployments. इसमें होता ही है कि when you are building, for example, if you are building a web application, you have a server. ठीक है, आपको बार बार अपने उसमें कोड को सर्वर पे डिप्लॉय करने की जरूरत नहीं है. यू सेट अ गिटहब पाइपलाइन. उसमें ये होगा कि अच्छा ठीक है, जब भी मैं कमिट करता हूँ या जब भी मैं पुल रिक्वेस्ट अपनी मेन प्रोडक्शन ब्रांच में मर्ज करता हूँ, तो वो पाइपलाइन ऑटोमेटिकली रन होगी एंड इट डिप्लॉयज योर कोड to that pipeline as well. This is it from this session. I will take your questions, and I'm really glad to see that I already have received two of the pull requests. Wonderful, guys. All right, I'll take questions from here and suggestions. And if you need anything, any suggestion, any questions after this session itself, just scan this QR code. You'll get to my LinkedIn, you get to my email, and I believe Instagram and these kind of stuff. So just feel free to DM me anytime. I would be glad to help your answers. I would be glad to help your queries. And yeah, it was. All right, questions?
All right, great. Yeah, thank you so much, Haris. Okay, we got a lot of questions for you because the chat box was filled. I asked them to ask the questions in the end. So all those people who are wishing to ask some questions from Haris are free to ask their questions right now. Can you raise their hand one by one? Yes, we'll open the queue over here. And according to the queue, the first hand is Idrisia Fatma. You may open your mic, please.
Assalamu alaikum, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
अच्छा, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि अभी बात कर रहे थे हम ओपन सोर्स कोड की, तो अगर ओपन सोर्स कोड पब्लिक होता है तो लोग कॉपी करके अपनी नई मतलब अपने नेम से वो कोड पब्लिश नहीं कर सकते क्या?
There are a few licenses available. If you are holding something for open source, पहले तो उसका सिंपल if you are for example, अगर मैं इसकी सिंपल एग्जांपल दूं तो if you are UI UX designer, ठीक है, आपने कुछ टेम्पलेट्स वेब ऐप की या मोबाइल ऐप की बना के ओपन सोर्स रखी हुई हैं, तो यू शुड नो कि दिस इज फॉर द फ्री विल. ठीक है, यू डोंट गेट paid for this work. Everyone is open to use them or use them in their projects. Lekin there are licenses available जिसमें you restrict someone from taking your code and publishing it by your name. When you have that license, it's kind of a patent thing. And if your work is being used by a company जो कल को जाके बहुत बड़ी हो जाती है, तो I think it's a benefit for yourself as well. You can sue them and get a big amount of money.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes, next question, please.
Next is Sound Beats Yo-Yo. Yes, you can ask your question, please. So any other questions, can you raise your hand and you'll ask you to kindly open your mic. Sound Beats Yo-Yo. Then if you're allowed to open your mic, kindly ask your question.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम. मैंने ये चीज़ पता करनी है कि बीइंग एन इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट मैं इस चीज़ से कैसे बेनिफिट गिटहब से या इन चीज़ से कैसे बेनिफिट्स ले सकता हूँ?
Yes, it's a good question. इसमें I'm not sure how electrical engineering student works, लेकिन I believe कि आपकी कुछ files और जो भी वो आप एक सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करते हैं to build your all electrical analysis or electrical circuit analysis, you can keep their files as well on the GitHub. ठीक है, मतलब आप उसके जब versions वगैरह manage करते हो और your engineering drawings, they can be posted on GitHub as well. If you have a really wonderful idea to implement an engineering drawing, you can post it to open source as well. और लोगों ने भी post की होंगी इससे related कुछ. So you just have to search for yourself. And even if there is a documentation, you can control versions of them as well. कि अच्छा ठीक है, आपने कोई documentation की है, you put it there. You are afraid to lose your kind of versions. कि अच्छा ठीक है, मैं अपना कोई भी track lose ना कर दूँ. So you have an option to use the version control system, and you can publish your work at GitHub. And moreover, I believe you guys do have coding Arduino वगैरह. So whoever is doing coding, GitHub is the best thing for them. And and for the non-programmers as well, especially for the designers and for anyone working with the file system. ठीक है, version control system is for them. You don't have to track back files. You don't have to keep your code in zip folders ताकि आप मतलब अपने जो progress है या आप अपना जो last stable version है उसको lose ना कर दें. Anyone afraid of that? You are like the GitHub and Git and version control systems are for you. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay. We have Javeria Anjum now. Javeria, you are allowed to open your mic. Okay.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay.
Walaikum assalam.
Sir, I am from Business Administration Department. So I want to ask that I have no knowledge of coding. So how it will help me?
Again, as I explained just right now, whenever you are dealing with any of the file system, okay, you don't have to code to contribute to the to any open source contribution. What you have to, just an example, like my first contribution simple एक grammatical error fix थी. ठीक है, there are some organizations, मतलब जितनी भी बड़ी organizations होती हैं, they have a business team sitting behind them. ठीक है, you can get to themselves. ठीक है, you can implement your ideas कि अच्छा ठीक है इसमें ये चीज़ जो है वो एक मिसिंग है या like this can be a beneficial idea for your business to grow. तो आप उसका जाके simply issue create कर दें और like you can add to their files, or even if you are struggling with your file system locally, जो भी आपके ये accounting और management के software वगैरह होते हैं, you can track their files as well in GitHub for the version control.
Okay, thank you so much. Got it.
All right. Next we have Mudassir Kaleem. Yes, Mudassir Kaleem, you're allowed to open your mic.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. It was really very informative session I attended, but unfortunately I joined your session a bit late. I have two questions basically. Am I audible?
Walaikum assalam, yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Okay, so I have two questions. Question number one, that can we relate that Git is more or less like SharePoint service? That is my first question. And question number two is that right now, you know that the day we have started ChatGPT as well. So because of that ChatGPT, how can we launch a new idea? Because already idea has been saturated so much that it's not transparent. Are you getting my point? That it is not transparent. It is not your own core invention to deal with. तो इस चीज को हम किस तरीके से इस कोड के ऊपर हम आकर के इसको डिप्लॉय करेंगे?
I'll get to your first question. First question first. Git is nothing to be shared about. Git is something that resides in your local computer. It is a version control system basically. ठीक है? GitHub is something. GitHub is actually basically what programmers call them as social media programmers. ठीक है, मतलब आप अपने सोशल मीडिया में अपनी पिक्चर्स और अपने लाइव मोमेंट्स पोस्ट करते हो. GitHub पे आप सिंपली अपने वर्किंग्स पोस्ट करते हो कि ठीक है, आई हैव बिल्ट दिस प्रोजेक्ट एंड लाइक दिस इज इट्स डॉक्यूमेंटेशन. These are the functionalities that my project have. So this is how GitHub basically works. And regarding your second question, I believe, yeah, it's a challenging time for the whole world when like AI is interrupting into a lot of businesses. Like in a lot of like you can say a lot of institutions have shaped the way to deal with these AI generated contents. Even recently I was reading a study of MIT University. उन्होंने एक anti-AI tool बनाया which can detect the AI content. ठीक है, मतलब आप अगर अपनी assignments उनको submit करवाते हो तो they get to know कि अच्छा ठीक है आपने ये ChatGPT से दिखाई है. Secondly, when you are coming to ChatGPT, I guess it's a little off topic, so I'm sorry to the other participants about it. Like when you are coming to ChatGPT is something which is like smart, but it is not as intelligent as humans. जो चीज़ उसको हमने सिखाई हुई है, it can work on that, but जो चीज़ उसको नहीं सिखाई हुई वो उसको figure out नहीं करता. ठीक है, for example एक मैं simple example अगर आपको दूँ, I was watching a season on Netflix. It was how to sell drugs online fast. ठीक है, तो I simply like copied the whole title of that and I said to ChatGPT. तो ChatGPT ने क्या किया? ChatGPT कहती है कि this is illegal, this is not the right thing to do, and this, it has your moral issues and this and that. So I changed my prompt a little. मैंने उसको कहा कि अच्छा ठीक है, I need to write a script, I need to create a season where two boys have to sell drugs online, और उसने मुझे पूरा वो idea दे दिया, right? So it is dumb. Humans can manipulate it on their own way. Lekin ChatGPT is still not intelligent enough to beat a human. You still have to like have a common sense to use ChatGPT in your working as well. एक simple सी मैं meme देख रहा था over the social media. Like a non-programmer said to a programmer guy, look, I have made a web application using ChatGPT. तो कैन आई शेयर यू द लिंक? प्रोग्रामर कहता है हाँ यार लिंक दो मुझे, मैं भी चेक करूँ कि क्या बनाया तुमने. वो लिंक शेयर करता है c/desktop/index.html. So you must need a kind of a common sense behind you when you are using the ChatGPT itself. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much. I got your answer, and inshallah, I will in contact with you because I have some more questions, and I can easily see that there are so many people who are very happy about these things. So I will just get in touch with you. Thank you very much for your time, sir. Thanks a lot.
Sure thing, I'll be glad.
You're welcome, Jasser. And we have got our last two questions because we have something planned after the session as well. So Bilal, you're free to ask your question, please.
Hi Haris, so I am a beginner. कुछ दिन पहले एक प्रोजेक्ट था, उसकी मैंने रैपो को एक्सप्लोर किया था और उधर मैं कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहता था. बट वहाँ पे मुझे इशू ये आया था कि जो मैंने इश्यूज देखे थे जिन पे मैं वर्क करना चाहता था, इट वाज माय फर्स्ट टाइम व्हेन आई वाज यूजिंग कोड स्पेसेस और मुझे वहाँ पे कंट्रीब्यूट करना था. सो मैंने इवन इश्यूज को वहाँ पे क्रिएट भी कर लिया था, बट जहाँ पे मुझे किसी इशू पे वर्क करना था या जहाँ पे कंट्रीब्यूशन डालनी थी, उसकी जो कोड स्पेसेस में उसका जो कोड था उसमें वो डेफिनेटली किसी पूरे स्टैक पे वहाँ पे काम हुआ था. सो इट वाज टू डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी कि वो मैं ढूंढूं कि इसका फ्रंट एंड और ये कौन सी ऐसी फाइल होगी. सो आई वांट टू नो कि व्हाट्स द बेस्ट वे टू find the specific files for beginner कि हम उस पे काम कर सकें इश्यूज पे.
I think you get to learn by experiencing things. मतलब अगर आप बिगनर हैं अभी और आप यू आर इन द फर्स्ट ईयर ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी, तो आपको कुछ चीज़ें लग रही होंगी कि यार ये तो मुझे बिल्कुल समझ नहीं आ रहा. या व्हेन यू ओपन एनी फ्रीलांसिंग प्लेटफॉर्म, फाइवर, अपवर्क, उस पर जो जॉब पोस्ट हुई होती हैं, यू गेट सरप्राइज कि यार ये दुनिया में क्या चल रहा है. लेकिन व्हेन यू हैव एन एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ 3 to 4 years एंड देन यू सी दोज थिंग्स अगेन, आप कहेंगे यार कि अच्छा ठीक है ये तो मुझे सारा आता है. So you have to start small, I would say. Uska jo best suggestion I have right now is ke first let me know, Bilal, which semester are you in right now?
I am in third semester.
Right. Third semester aapne data structures पढ़ लिया?
Yes, I am studying right now.
Perfect. Data structures mein you have a very good opportunity to work in Hacktoberfest and you can contribute directly to the open source as well. उसमें आप simply I believe if you get to my GitHub, I'll share a link. इसमें भी कुछ नीचे repositories publicly available होंगी जिसमें data structures implemented है. See if you can find a way to improve their code as well. ठीक है. मतलब उसमें the simplest way is कि कोई भी repository उठाओ जिसमें सारे data structures पड़े हुए हैं, उसमें अगर कोई missing data structure है उसको add कर दो. अगर किसी data structure में templatization नहीं हुई उसको templatize कर दो. If a repo is made up of all the data structures from C++, go ahead and build them in Java. This is the best way a beginner can contribute to a GitHub world or the open source world. And the second thing is go to get fixes on the documentation and these kind of stuff. ठीक है, उससे ये होगा कि you get a confidence कि अच्छा ठीक है, I am contributing to the open source world. And slowly and gradually उन repos को पहले target करो जो कि छोटे level पे बनी हुई है. Simple HTML के हजारों templates GitHub में पड़ी हुई हैं. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, ठीक है, which is easier to learn, जो आप हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते में बहुत easily उनको figure out कर लेते हो. And they are not very difficult to run themselves. So start with small and slowly and gradually keep building things up.
ओके, मैं थोड़ा सा कुछ और पूछना चाहूँगा इसके बारे में। एज यू नो कि लाइक एट स्टूडेंट लेवल हमें बहुत कम बताया जाता है ओपन सोर्स कंट्रीब्यूशंस का। सो कैन यू रिकमेंड एनी रिसोर्स जिससे हम थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा लर्न कर सकें ओपन सोर्स कंट्रीब्यूशन के बारे में?
I think first of all, thank you to these community like these GDG, GDSCs. They are working very well to get to these as well. Secondly, I believe कि YouTube और इधर उधर आपको बहुत सारा content मिल जाएगा. Even the slides I've shared, I will share them by the way. इसमें भी आपके वो लिखा होगा सारा, मैंने उसमें mention किया हुआ है कि how do you contribute to the open source. ठीक है, first of all learn a skill, learn and मतलब स्टेप बाय स्टेप आपने थोड़ा सा जाना होता है. पहले आपने एक स्किल लर्न करनी है विच यू आर ऑलरेडी हैविंग, लाइक आपने ऊपर डाटा सिर्फ पढ़ लिया तो यू ऑलरेडी हैव अ स्किल, राइट. उसके बाद एंड्रॉइड या कोई वेब का टेक स्टैक सीख लो, एंड देन यू लर्न द वर्जन कंट्रोल सिस्टम, गेट और गिटहब का थोड़ा सा सीख लो, एंड देन लाइक दिस इज हाउ यू मूव स्टेप बाय स्टेप्स. तो आई होप कि आपको कुछ ना कुछ मिल जाएगा. एंड या there are some volunteers to share your YouTube channel as well. Thank you, Mukesh.
Okay, so we've got our last two questions because we're running short on time. So Abbas, quickly ask your question.
Okay, so I just wanted to know about GitHub code spaces. मतलब I have seen in hackathons के ज़्यादातर जो लोग हैं वो code spaces use करते हैं as compared to local IDs. So what's the reason behind this?
उसमें रीजन एक सिंपल ही है कि यू गेट टू हैव अ फ्यू कंप्यूटर फ्री कंप्यूटर सोर्स ऑनलाइन. ठीक है. सेकेंडली है कि आपको व्हेन यू आर रनिंग समथिंग ऑन लोकल, ठीक है, यू हैव टू रन इट अगेन एंड अगेन. व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग ऑन अ गिटहब कोड स्पेस और एनी कोड स्पेस, फॉर एग्जांपल गूगल कोलैब इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ द कोड स्पेसेस. ठीक है. उसमें एक तो आपको रिसोर्सेज फ्री मिल जाते हैं, यू गेट अ रैम, यू गेट अ कंप्यूटर सोर्स, एंड सेकेंडली यू गेट टू सी योर कोड वर्किंग इन रियल टाइम. And third and foremost thing is like in my opinion, when you are developing things up, you have to develop in like it's best to develop on your local computer. But when you are debugging something, then it's best to debug it on code spaces. Because code spaces में like you don't have to go to the whole process कि अच्छा ठीक है आपने commit करना है, push करना है, merge करना है, pull request करनी है, blah blah. You can directly work on the code spaces. आपने उधर से इसको commit किया, and that is saved. And like you can use their computer sources, or the best part I get from these kind of code spaces or Google Colab etc. is you get a very good internet connection when you are downloading libraries and etc. तो उसके लिए आपको वेट नहीं करना पड़ता पाकिस्तानी इंटरनेट कनेक्शन पे. They have like 15-20 Mbps. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, great, great. Avas, you're the last person to ask the question for today. So please ask your question. Thank you.
थैंक यू. अच्छा, मैंने आपसे ये पूछना है कि एक मेरा बैकग्राउंड CS फील्ड से, मैंने कंप्यूटर साइंसेस की है, तो अब मुझे काफ़ी साल हो गए, लेकिन मेरा प्रेजेंट एक्सपीरियंस इसमें डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में, बिजनेस प्लान राइटिंग में, सो क्रिएटिव इनोवेशन इस साइड पे मेरा है. लेकिन बिजनेस प्लानिंग में जब मैं रिसेंट एक्सपीरियंस है उसमें मैं जितने भी बिजनेस प्लान देता था वो टेक साइड पे देता था. तो मेरा अपनी फील्ड पे दोबारा जाने का इंटरेस्ट हो रहा है, जैसे डाटा साइड पे या क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग वगैरह पे. तो मेरा आपसे एक मशवरा से आप कहने करना है कि क्या नॉन टेक्निकल पर्सन या लेस टेक्निकल पर्सन गिटहब को यूज कर सकता है?
Yes, why not? In fact, like you are the guys which make innovations. Usually, जो innovations होती हैं वो इसी तरह होती हैं when two different fields combine. ठीक है. For example, when the business field collaborated with the tech, they built Microsoft Office, right? And similarly, मतलब जब when bio people worked with the computer science or the algorithms guy, they invented biotechnology. This is how new innovations happen. So this is a great opportunity if you have already like a degree in the computer science and now you're working with creativity. ठीक है, तो you get a very good chance at building something new. Secondly, ये कि for the non-coders, again I explain कि like तो इसमें मैं एक simple example वही graphic designing वाली ही है अभी मेरे पास. You get to display your work or you get a portfolio when you are pushing your work to the open source. Even if you are working with business ideas or stuff like this, you can like push your presentations, you can push your slide templates or any ideas to your GitHub. तो इसके लिए आपको when you are like presenting to someone, आपको उसको पूरी चीजें उठा के नहीं देनी पड़ेंगी. You just share your GitHub repo. कि अच्छा ठीक है, this is my GitHub repo and here is all the work I have done before. So he or she can be able to analyze your skills.
थैंक यू. अच्छा, क्या मुझे एक लाइव एग्जांपल दिखा सकते हैं? आई थिंक हम सबकी क्यूरी होगी.
Live example, yeah. Let me search for something. I can't find one right now. लेकिन I believe can someone from the management here मुझे बता दें कि do we have a WhatsApp group or something like this for this session?
I believe no. I don't think we have a WhatsApp group right now. Khushi, we had
any email newsletter or something?
We could create a feedback form over here, and we'll share the feedback form with you, and then you can like answer that question.
Sure, I think I can give the links to the management. कुछ tool के इस तरह के similar where you can get an idea of how these things work. Looking for the business people, I think the best part is the documentation. You can like go to their documentation and see how these guys are operating. और second ये कि उनके जो भी groups वगैरह हैं Discord पे और इधर उधर वहाँ पे you can reach out to their management level as well कि for example जो एक किसी भी एंटरप्रेन्योर के या बिजनेस माइंड वाले पर्सन के माइंड चीज आती है how they are getting benefit from this thing, from this tool. So yeah, I think you can open up an issue over there. You can get to their communication groups and ask there as well. And if I find something similar, so yeah, I would definitely post it to the feedback form ऊपर title वगैरह में कहीं mention होगा कर देना.
ठीक है, थैंक यू. एक ग्रुप है जहाँ से मैंने ये ज्वाइन किया था, क्योंकि इससे पहले मैंने अपनी रजिस्ट्रेशन कराई थी. सो वहाँ पर जो भी एडमिन है उनको मैसेज करता हूँ, बाकी आपको फिर जैसे मिलते तो आप कर लो.
अवैस, जो हमने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बनाया था, इंशाल्लाह जितने भी रिसोर्सेज वगैरह हैं हम लोग आपके साथ शेयर कर देंगे. और अभी फीडबैक में भी अभी जो लोग मतलब ग्रुप ज्वाइन नहीं कर चुके और वो ग्रुप ज्वाइन कर लेंगे, उसके बाद उन लोगों को भी हम वो टूल्स वगैरह शेयर कर देंगे.
ठीक हो गया, थैंक यू.
All right, now with that we'll conclude the session. Haris, thank you for being here. Acha, don't go everybody, we have something planned for you. Actually मैं event के बीच में plan करता होता हूँ ऐसे usually कि मैं check करता होता हूँ कि audience हमारे साथ है कि नहीं, but because of your continuous engagement and questioning and all that stuff, we the management were really happy with like all of you. So we have a small activity planned. It's a sort of a quiz game, and I'll be sharing the link for the room. Let me just present my screen. And here, I think the screen will be visible to you guys. Is it visible right now?
No.
Is it no? Still?
Yes.
Yes, it is visible.
Is it visible right now? Okay. Now I want you guys to quickly join the room so that we can like start this small quiz session. We have some cool like prizes for the winners arranged, and we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Looking good. Just to clarify, for those of you who have any questions or anything like that that are like, left out, we'll be sharing the feedback form with you after some time, okay? In the the message section, and you just have to fill the feedback form, and there's a link for WhatsApp group over there. You can join the group if you're not a part of it.
How can we join?
Abdullah Malik Hamza.
There's a link in the group in the form actually, no? So just like join the group to the link, and then all of your questions will be answered over there.
Abdul Ahmed Hamdani Yakub Farhan Adil.
Kindly share link again.
Okay. No, we haven't shared it yet. We'll share it. Like I'll just share it right
JJ.
now. Let me just share the link.
Ma.
Wait a minute.
Murtaba Ahmed. Papa's case. Uncle Slow.
So I've just shared the link for the form in the message section. So all of you are supposed to like fill the feedback form so we get a good feedback from you guys. Good feedback, bad feedback. We want something like that. So that is like if we're lacking something, we can improve our events. And in the end of the form, there's like the link to the groups. You can join the groups and then you can like, connect with us. And if you have any questions left, like so you can just ask them over there, and we'll try our level best to answer those questions. Okay. So we've got 47 participants, but we've got 84 attendees over here. So I'm expecting everyone will join.
Samir Yakub.
We're gonna wait for 3 more minutes, guys. 9:45, and I'll start the quiz.
Abdullah Khan.
Good.
Mani Uncle Police. Papa Rabbit.
Okay.
Master Maria. Nimra Shaban. Janaria Shafika. Naima. Unlucky Fast. Esama Talat. Bouncy Police. Miki here. Kainat. Awais Hasnain Owl. Hail Kamari. Muhammad Ahmed. Syed Awais Arshad. Tanya Tanbir.
Alright, guys, last 1 minute, and then I'm starting the quiz.
Sister Hacker.
I'm seeing like 80 plus attendees over here, but only like 54 have joined. So I hope that you can join quickly as possible.
Javaria Anjum. Abdullah Khan. Zishan.
Alright.
Esama Talat Mudassir Khan. Syed Nofal. Muhammad Ayaz.
And we've just reached 69.
Hail Kamari.
Oh yeah, some people are
Syed
leaving as
Nofal.
well.
Lucky Fast. Sarah.
Alright, so I'm deciding the quiz right now. I hope you guys are ready, because I think like these are like it so far. So we'll be writing the quiz in like, okay. Now, 3, 2, 1, go.
Jack Napier. Quiz.com. Quick Lion joined. This AI-generated quiz may contain errors.
Who is known as the father of computing?
So this question is, who is known as the father of computing? Options are Ada Lovelace, Alan Turing, Charles Babbage, John Wayne Miller.
Charles Babbage.
Ah, you were wrong. All right, next question. Let's see what the rankings are, and we've got code in the head.
Where is Google HQ situated?
Where is Google HQ situated, guys? Okay. I'm guessing USA.
USA, California.
USA, California. Let's see how many of you got that right. So the rankings are. So we got Madhum at the top and Madhum at the
Which of the following commands is used to create a new branch in Git?
If you were listening, then you know the answer. But if you have a brain, you know this as well because the answer is on the screen right now. So. Yeah.
Mr. Aimbot joined.
GDSC
What does GDSC stand for? I hope you guys get this right, yeah. I hope. Yeah, so many got this wrong here. Why?
Quick King joined.
Okay, a lot of you got that wrong and you're not down. That's sad.
What is a
What
pull
is a pull
request in the
request?
context of GitHub?
Let's see how many fusion of this.
Nozan Rashid joined.
A request to merge changes from one branch into another. How many fingers do you have in your hands?
How many fingers do you have in your hands?
Joined.
I hope you guys don't get this wrong, yeah. I just hope.
8.
I can't believe this, yeah. A lot of you got it wrong, yeah. Fingers! Your thumbs are not your fingers, yeah, for God's sake, yeah. Your thumbs are not your fingers. Your fingers are different, the thumbs are different.
Which Git command is used to stage changes for a commit?
Sad, yeah, sad. You have to work on it, yeah. There are still like 2-3 questions left, so you got some margin over there. Okay, we got like on the top we have Muhammad Umar and JJ and Bouncy Police. Now, what does GDG stands for? I don't know how you guys do this. How you don't know the answer now? What happened? Okay. We have the answer.
Google developer groups.
Okay, you're doing great. So JJ at the top right now. Nice, JJ, good going. What is Git primarily used for? This is a very easy question, yeah. I mean, look at the options I gave you.
The ones who got this one wrong, please don't avoid study groups.
Version control.
Slow fast
Oh,
joined.
wow. I think I even got that right, yeah. Nice. So this is the final question. It's a double point question, so the game can be changed.
What can hold water but is full of holes?
What can hold water but is full of holes?
Sponge.
For the people who answered my heart, you are supposed to like fill the feedback form with your contact number so I can contact you properly. Okay. So just the
Third
positions
place,
for now.
Wali.
So we have
Second
Mr.
place,
Wali. Congratulations,
Bouncy
Wali.
Police.
And we
And
have
the winner
Bouncy
is
Police.
Ma.
Number one is Ma or MA. Congratulations to you guys. Yeah, we have some amazing snacks for you. For the first two guys. Khushi will tell you the like prizes as well. We have the prizes for like the first 5 people. So all of you, congratulations for the rest of you. Best of luck. And with that, I will like. I think I should stop the sharing. Should I? Stop the sharing right now.
Okay.
I have screenshot of me.
ये सर्टिफिकेट्स पोजीशन होल्डर्स को दिए जाएंगे, ये जरा क्लियर कर दे।
ओके, सर्टिफिकेट्स ओवरऑल सबके लिए जिन लोगों ने फीडबैक फॉर्म फिल किया है, और बाकी जो टॉप 6 पीपल हैं उन लोगों को जो स्वैग्स हैं और वोचर्स वगैरह हैं उन्हें दिए जाएंगे। काइंडली आप लोग जो विनर हैं वो अपने स्क्रीनशॉट्स के साथ हमें ईमेल कर दें ताकि हम लोग आपको अपने आपके वोचर्स और डेटा कैंप की एक्सेस दे दें। ओके, महबूद।
Yes, so I hope you guys are like a little bit happy with the game session as well. It was an amazing session. Lastly, I would like to thank you, Haris Manzoor. Haris, thank you for being here and thank you for helping us arranging this amazing session. We're like really happy, and I got some amazing reviews even during the session as well. Like this, people were like really happy. They were like, "What an amazing speaker!" And he's like spreading knowledge in an easy way and like it's so easy to understand. So we're really happy with you. Thank you for being here on behalf of GDSE Codeaza, GDSE University, GDSE Virtual University. I'd like to thank you, and I'm really thankful to all like the members or the attendees over here who like took out some important time in some of the weekdays and like did our session. Thank you for being here. And the feedback form link is shared uh, in call messages. So all of you are supposed to fill that form to get your certificate so that you can get your emails. The link for the community groups is in that feedback form, and we hope to like get back from you. And please stay tuned for more events. And thank you for being here.
Thank you guys, and I'm really looking forward to more participations like this. Thank you all for being
Likewise.
here.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.